There's challenges at every single point in your life. When you finally wake up and realize that you are tired of this weak, broke, miserable, monotonous life that you live. Well, it's exciting, you know. When you want to achieve greatness in your life, not only is this an incredible journey that you're embarking on, but when you are truly starting from zero, well, it can seem very far-fetched, you know, so out of reach that when you start putting in the work, because there's a lot of skills, a lot of fundamental life skills that you're going to have to develop to even be on your way to greatness. When you start trying to develop these, when you don't see instant results, this is where everyone quits. Because the truth of the matter is, everyone starts at zero, right? But a lot of people will just have good habits, and so they might not have this specific goal of becoming great or being memorable or any of these things, but because they've been working out, because they've been reading, because they've been eating well, because they've been disciplined, waking up early, making their bed, all these things, they have a huge advantage to those of us who truly start from zero on this path to greatness. You know, when I first decided that I'd had enough of my life, I truly was starting from zero. I couldn't do 10 push-ups. I'd never read a book since I left school. I had the most atrocious diet. I had been living in chronic pain for 10 years. But I knew there was more to life. And so my journey of greatness truly did start at zero. And I learned that, yes, head in the direction, have greatness as the end goal, and head in that direction, but do not keep your sights on the final target because it just seems so out of reach. Instead, set smaller targets every single day. You know, my first goal was to read one book. I don't actually have it anymore. I left it in Australia, but I read Rich Dad Poor Dad. That was the first book I read. And now I have quite a nice library actually. Currently reading Where There Is a Will by Barbanel. This is from 1952 or 3, I can't remember. When I first started reading, I was stuttering. I had to reread so many times, and it took me forever to read that first book. Now, when you are starting from zero, you have a lot of fundamental life skills you need to build. And the truth is, you're not disciplined. You're not disciplined. And so when you don't see instant results from these things, it can be so easy to be put off exercising when you can't do 10 push-ups, to eat right when you're so comfortable and used to eating shit, and it doesn't compare. That's why everyone gives up. Everyone gives up. 99% of people give up, which is why when you put in the work, that's all it takes, is doing the work, you know. Set yourself small, achievable targets, goals, things that you can realistically achieve. Don't set yourself some huge goal in the future like, I want to read 20 books, I want to read a book a day for a month, I want to do 100 push-ups. It's not realistic, right? And you're going to feel so demotivated when you can't do it. A lot of people lack the motivation. Sure, there are some people that will say, I want to do 1,000 pull-ups, and they will just work at it until they do it. But without that dopamine hit of achievement, a lot of people will just crumble and they will fall apart. I'm very lucky that I learned discipline from skateboarding, in that true mastery, truly understanding and achieving something, there's no shortcuts. There is truly no shortcuts here. It just comes down to hard work and learning to love the journey. You know, you fall over so many times. Like, I even went skating the other day, cut up my elbow and busted up my hand, right? Learn from your failures and set yourself small, achievable targets. Once you're working through them, you're already doing better than 99% of people. Because the sad truth is that everybody wants to be great, right? Everybody wants to live their best life. Everyone wants to achieve amazing things. But it's a long and treacherous road. And when you are starting from zero, I think it gives you more power. Understanding that, these people that have been set up their entire life, yes, they've been working hard at it, but you have to work harder to catch up. And so as you're going through life, achieving these small wins every single day, well, you got the power behind you. You truly do. And you can sleep well knowing that you've achieved great things. This title of greatness is being proud of yourself. Yes, it's the long-term goal. But when you're achieving these small, attainable targets, you feel great, right? Other people may not consider you as great because you're not even at level 1 yet. But the difference between level 0 and level 1, that's the biggest skill gap. And so when you can understand that and just work hard, so many people will just crumble and fail when they don't get to level 1, and it's so easy just to go back to this miserable life and just resent the world rather than making it your own. And the power that it brings you from truly achieving greatness, it's unmatched. I had a long fought battle with chronic pain for over 10 years, and now that I've beat it, well, I can achieve anything. And it took me 10 years, right, of suffering, of learning, to know how to truly do it. And, I feel amazing. Even though to others I may not be considered great, to myself, I've done it. And it wasn't easy. And there was a lot of small wins along the way, a lot of failures. But small win by small win by small win by small win, all accumulated into wins. And now I'm the happiest and healthiest I've ever been in my entire life. I will be great one day. I wouldn't even consider myself at level 1 yet. And it'd be so easy to quit right now. It would be. I'm not saying it's easy. But here putting in the work because I understand that on this path to greatness, it's treacherous. And I have a lot of work to do.